Hey everyone, and welcome back for our podcast episode. This is, I want to say it was episode 15 or 16 of Big Brother. I get thrown off with the Friday bi-weekly shows, but whatever case may be, we have a special guest to go over the episode with us. We would like to introduce Penny Please.
Hi, hello everybody. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, I'm glad to have you. And Penny, would you like to just introduce yourself and just tell us more about you?
Sure. My name is Pennie Please. I live in Denver. I have been watching Big Brother since day one, baby, like from the start. But I did not start the live feeds, I think, until maybe Big Brother 17. So
Okay.
I'm fairly new to the live feeds, but not really. Yeah, so I've been watching the Big Brother since the beginning. I've even applied for the show a few times, but I haven't got selected, unfortunately, which is okay because I did get to experience Squid Game, which is very similar. I was in the first season as well. So I have a little bit of taste of reality television and how it works. And that's why I have always been drawn to Big Brother because not only is it a show that shows you what's going on in real life, but it also brings a sense of community. I've met a lot of really cool people. I connect with a lot of the characters and a lot of the villains. So yeah, I'm just so glad to meet my people.
Yeah, I'm glad I was able to find you on Threads. That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, I am on threads like ranting and raving constantly.
So that being said, speaking of like your favorite people, who are some of your favorite house guests from Big Brother?
Like all time or just
Oh
this season?
yeah, all
Oh,
time.
all
Yeah, that's
time.
cool.
Yeah, so my favorite player of all time, she doesn't get brought up a lot, but I really, really, really liked Vanessa from season
Ooh.
17. Like, I thought she was such a baddie. Another lawyer. I don't know. I always like the lawyers for some reason. They always do really well. But I liked her style too. She was very much like millennial, like queer person back then. And I just really like connected with her. And she I liked how logical she was. I always like the players that are able to separate emotions from logic. I really hate like emotional players, but you know, the way that people like Haley do it is completely like not it's just not relatable, but someone like Vanessa, she was just my favorite. And I really liked back in the day. This is so odd, but Big Brother, I think it was season 5, Evil
Okay.
Dick. I always am rooting for the villains. I love villains of the show. I know Evil Dick was like a horrible person, but I was so young and it wasn't connecting. And he was the person that really got me hooked on the show because I'd never seen any drama like that before. So he's another character that really stands out for me. But I know people really like the OGs too, like Dr. Will and Rachel. I'm always rooting for Rachel. She can come back every season for me.
No, seriously, like
Yeah.
when they teased this season, I was like, oh, she's gonna come back for a fourth
I was like,
time.
really? Yeah. Okay. And then, yeah.
She got she got burnt alive in the lava, so
She did.
but
That was
yeah.
so cheesy.
And that's the thing. Like, I have a lot of friends since I started this podcast who wanted to get into Big Brother. And I was
Oh,
like, warning, the first episode is very, very corny and
yeah.
cheesy. So if you can get through
Mhm.
that, you can get through anything. And
Yeah.
immediately by the end of the episode, I get these texts that are like, okay, they literally just burnt somebody on television. I was like,
Yeah. I mean, that's the best part about Big Brother is it's ultra campy. Like you have to just set all reality aside to get to get through that part.
yeah. And to your point about Vanessa, she's actually one of my favorites too, and she's a very
Nice.
underrated player in general.
Yeah,
Um, I think that this might be a wild take. I think that Angela is a very less polished player, but she's very similar to Vanessa in terms of like
really.
paranoia.
Yeah, I could see
Paranoia.
that. I could see that. Yes. I would say like Vanessa, Angela has been the most paranoid, and then is her was her name Aubrey? Audrey? She was the first trans
Audrey.
woman. Audrey, she
Audrey.
was also very paranoid. Those are like the people that I remember being the most paranoid out of all of
Yes.
them.
An honorable mention, Chrissy from Big Brother 21.
Oh yeah.
Super paranoid.
Yeah. Yeah, she does not get brought up a lot either. Where is she today?
She pops up on my TikTok feed every once
Really?
in a while, and she does do commentary on reality TV still. So,
Okay, gotcha, gotcha.
Mhm. So continuing on to this season, how are you feeling so far? I've seen like mixed reviews from people on X and Threads.
Yeah. I am enjoying the season. I love it. I am very frustrated as I go through the season though. Like it's definitely emotional roller coaster. I have not watched Survivor in, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years. So
Mhm.
for me, Devins and Dee being on the show is very irritating. It wouldn't be so annoying to me if they didn't have things handed to them immediately. I just didn't understand. And then I don't understand. There has not been one season ever in the history of Big Brother where they're able to get a celebrity or a vet out quickly. Like I just don't understand why no one wants to give that a shot. Why can't we ever see that actually happen? It never plays out.
Right. I mean, we tried it on Big Brother 18 with Jose. He really tried.
Yeah.
But
He was too extra though.
he was. I mean, he didn't
Yeah.
know what he was doing going into it. But to your
Mm-mm.
point, like the unfair advantage for the icons, right? Like the
Yeah.
fact that they were able to compete for head of household and no one else was, it's kind of like, come on.
Why? Yeah, I didn't understand that. And knowing that I think if they had also introduced the powers a little bit later in the game instead of starting that off from the jump, that is obviously going to set the survivors up to at least make it to jury. And it's just been too easy. And just seeing Dee go through the game saying, "Oh, this is so easy. This is so fun." I can't with her. She just is very smug. But I also have a lot of respect for her. I mean, she's gorgeous. She uses that to her advantage for sure. And she's very smart. She does know how to get people to think it's their idea, and there's no better skill in Big Brother than that. So I can imagine that's why she won Survivor.
Right. And to your point, like I'm really excited to actually see her get nominated, not because I don't like her or anything, but I really feel like it speaks to a strong Big Brother player when your back is against the wall and how you're
Hmm.
able to recover from that. And the power has been up until this week in her favor for
Yeah.
most of the game so far. So I'm ready to see that moment where she's nominated and try to see how she campaigns to stay.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that too because again, coming into it blind, I have no idea what she's working with when well, from what I've seen this week, she has been like tired, so and
Mm.
messy. So I don't think it's gonna be smooth. I really don't.
Right. And
Yeah.
like people are saying that like on Survivor was it 26 days? She's already past that point in Big Brother and Big Brother's a marathon, not a sprint. So we'll see what she's like on day 60 if she makes it that far.
Yeah, we'll see. Because I do think she would be the first one to go. And I would love
Mm.
it. I would absolutely have so much respect for Devins if he saved that power for himself and not used it on D.
Oh
That would be
yeah.
that would be epic.
100%. He does not need to use it on anyone else but himself.
She
It's
expects
too
it. She expects it though.
that's the entitlement.
Yeah. See?
So-
I try with her because I am a girl's girl, but
right.
mm.
Right. So speaking of the power shift, for those of you who don't know, if you didn't catch the episode, we have a HOH win from Lala.
La.
So how are you feeling about that? Like for me, I felt like I woke up on Friday morning like it was Christmas. Like I
Hmm.
rolled over, looked at my phone, had the notifications from X, and I was like, Latrice went ahead of household.
I know. I know. Same. I had the same reaction. I was like, "Oh my God." And I immediately felt really guilty because I also feel like I'm someone who kind of counted her out. But
Hmm.
then like just watching the first 30 minutes of the episode and I don't know if anyone else will notice this, but they're like not even mentioning really that she's still up there. They're doing confessionals from
Mm.
everyone else. And before I didn't get to see her actually win it yet, but like I'm it's just interesting. I feel what's really pissing me off about the feeds is that until this week, they weren't showing much of Taylor and Lala at all, or even Chuck, but nobody wants to hear from Chuck. And I'm glad that finally Lala won, and now we have some black people in charge. Like, let's go. But still on the feeds, they're not being shown that much still. The feeds are still focused more on the D's and the Camus, and I understand like because they are like they work differently than those two, but Lala is not getting her stars or whatever they call it, and so I was getting a little emotional just knowing that no one expects her to win this wall comp, and it's incredible. It really is.
Yeah, and to your point, I feel like they should have learned their lesson last season with Ashley, with the lack of edit she received, to kind of like
Hmm.
switch up the formula a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Hmm.
Like, don't rule anyone out. And
No.
to your point, I think I don't know, like I was actually when Jason was nominated and they had to pick between was it Lala and Jason, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
And I was like, keep Jason, respectfully, only because up until that point, Lala hasn't given much strategic value, right? So
Yeah.
I too ruled her out.
Hmm.
But now she's gotten power. I was a little nervous about her nominations, especially with Chuck pretty much kissing her ass, right?
Yeah.
And there was like a little bit of a blind spot there. They're like, "Oh no, we're not going to nominate him for the culture." And I'm like, "No, no, no, screw the culture this time.
Yeah,
He got to
exactly.
go up."
Yeah, please, please. This is not the cookout. We don't need that right now. No.
No, he has to go up because he's one of the main people that bashes Taylor and Lala to everyone.
Yeah, he is such a little he's such a little bee. Like I can't with him. And it's just so interesting. I didn't see the moment where him and Haley got close. Like, do you understand this connection? Because I don't. I do think that maybe Chuck has some identity crisis issues going on, and so he relates to someone like Haley more
Hmm.
than Taylor and Lala, but I don't get Chuck at all.
Right. I think, well, okay. So when the live feeds turn on, weren't we like a day behind?
Yeah, I think
So,
so.
right. So we probably missed that initial interaction between them two. But based on some of the things people have said about Chuck's personal decisions and personal viewpoints on things, him, Haley, and Kamu have a lot in common. So
Hmm.
that's where I'm gonna leave it.
Yeah, no, I totally like see that. And there's a reason why her Instagram is private because she doesn't want us to know who she follows because, whatever. I won't get too political because I'm
Right,
like
right.
extremely, extreme, like progressive, but like that makes sense. But Chuck, he reminds me of like him and Haley are definitely a showmance. That's why he got like so like upset with I think Lala makes the mistake of calling their friendship a showmance during the nominations ceremony and he like flips out. But I on his end, he definitely has feelings for her. He like all week when she was HOH, he was just like doing whatever she told him to do. Like it wasn't even a thought. Like they have that dynamic and it just reminded me of like a Southern football coach and like his wife in the South. Like they just give me that vibe, like that interracial couple that lives there in the South. So I don't it's just been a lot of Chuck this week.
I know. It's crazy because we haven't had much of Chuck at all, right? And now we have too
No,
much.
too much.
It's
Way
too
too
much.
much. I can't. It's because him and Haley sit there and ruminate all day long. They repeat the same stuff all day long. They get fixated every day on something new, but it never stops for that whole day.
Right. And you know
Yeah.
what's interesting? I didn't even consider Chuck even liking Haley because I knew Haley wouldn't like Chuck. But that's something I feel like you're the first person that said that. So now I can't unsee it moving
Yeah, I
forward.
mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I just no, that's his queen, okay?
Right.
Like I don't know. Like it doesn't make any sense for him to just like basically it's another Lyric and Rome situation in my eyes. All
Mm.
week on the feeds, he's been isolating himself with her, whereas Camus, who was in that triangle, has completely ditched those two as he should have because that ship is sinking, but Chuck is ready to go home with her. So
And that's okay. So Kamu, right? Very controversial outside of the show.
yeah.
However, I'm just really not, I'm scared. I feel like he's in this for the long haul and
Yeah,
he's doing
definitely.
very well. Like, even for
Hmm.
him to have the self-awareness to jump ship on them the way he did, I'm like, I have to give him credit.
Yeah, definitely. I think that I have like complicated feelings for him because the way that he moves about the house, he's very nice. He is not going around saying, I'm kind, like Haley is every 2 seconds. He is actually kind. I do get that vibe from him. So it's just interesting to see what his social media behavior is. I just feel like maybe there's just some influences he hasn't been able to overcome, but I understand why he's so protected because he listens, he's open, he doesn't really argue. Even when he was doing the tea party with Jason, he still kept calm, and I'd be freaking out because who wants to go against a drag queen? Like, not me, that's for sure. I've had to do that being a performer in Denver, and it's scary, okay? You have to stand 10 toes down, and Kamu, he didn't win, but he also, he stood his ground still. So I don't see him going anywhere because I do see him as a strong ally. And obviously, he can be swayed if it's logical to him.
Right. He definitely in the Tea Party overestimated his impact in that
He
conversation
did. He did.
because Jason packed him up and sent him packing,
He
okay?
did. He did. I miss Jason so much.
I know. Um, so speaking of, we know that Lala has nominated Haley, Chuck, thank you, and Barrett.
Hmm.
So do you feel like these were great nominations for her?
No, I think that someone needs to take a shot at the icons. Like, I will never, ever give up on that. If I were Lala, I would just be like, F it, I'm going big. Like, I would nominate all three. It would flesh out powers. So, and it's Lala. Like, what does Lala really have to lose, you know? And
Nothing.
she might gain more respect if she had done that. But I do think that Haley does need to go. I think it is best for her game for Haley to go because then that frees up Chuck, hopefully. But I think he'll just go back his to all the bros, most likely.
Yeah, I definitely see him linking back up with like, your Devins, your Camus, maybe even Yash.
Yeah. Yep. I definitely think if he doesn't go this week, he's coming after Lala and Taylor.
Right. So I know you said put up all three icons. I feel like
Hmm.
she should have put up D, Devins, and Haley. And use that to strategize with Angela. Like, look, I got your back. I didn't nominate you. We're good.
Yeah.
And then if Devins uses power, see, that's the only thing with Devins. If he on Lala's HOH, if he uses his power, he's definitely putting up Taylor, and I would be livid.
No way. You think he would do that? You don't think
Why?
he would put
Why
up
wouldn't
like,
he?
because I mean, there are other options like Melody or, I don't think the least he has a working relationship with is Melody, I believe.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. But I
Um,
mean, I don't know.
yeah. I maybe listen. I might be projecting. I think that's probably what I would do out of spite of the head of household. I'm gonna put up your closest ally,
Yeah. I mean, and he is there for the chaos. So,
right?
yeah. Yeah, he could. That would be
Right.
evil.
Right. So I was on one hand, I was happy she didn't nominate him on her head of household, but
Yeah.
it's like to your point, they do have to go up.
Hmm.
So,
I mean, she already won the wall comp. Why not like just, go in guns blazing? That's how
hmm
that's how I would do it. But again, that's me projecting. I don't know what's
right,
best for Lala.
right. Well, listen, at least she has Taylor to steer her in the right direction because, like I said, I was a little nervous. I
Yeah.
was a little nervous. So Taylor's been in her ear, like, no, girl, we need to go this direction.
Hmm.
stand on it. And based on the feeds, apparently, shit hit the fan.
Yep. It really
So
has. It really has. Angela is again like why is she in there? She's got to go. She's so emotionally unstable. Like, and if you have any inkling that she hates you, like it's over.
that's the thing. Like, so to your point with Angela, when you're her closest ally, she's going to get paranoid and turn on you.
Yeah.
Like even with Drew, right? Drew, in my opinion, some people have argued me down. I feel like Drew's playing a very rat floater game. And I feel like, yes, Drew is doing what he's doing, but I do feel like he was loyal to the icons.
Hmm.
And I think Angela operates from a place of, if you'll do it to somebody else, you'll do it to me. And
Yeah.
it's like, yes, in the real world, perfect. Yes, partially in the game of Big Brother. However, he was not coming after you, Angela. Like you're
Nope,
it's
not
like
even thinking about it.
it's like she's attacking potential.
It's that for sure. And she just is naturally, literally like biased towards like
Mhm.
athletic, white, attractive, younger males. Like you are
Mm.
in danger if you are any of those things in a house with Angela.
Right.
She hates them.
And respectfully, don't let the minorities group up either. Don't have a conversation.
She will call that out as well. She's calling out all the identity politics and identifiers in the house. Don't you collectively be getting together because Angela is not going to have it.
Exactly. Exactly. So, that being said, from this season, who were you like on the preseason, like, I don't really know how I feel, and they completely surprised you? Or who were some of your breakout stars from this season so far?
Um, I think the one who has surprised me the most from like when they introduced us to the characters was Melody. I thought she came across like really flat, just like Haley. So I thought, oh, I thought she was gonna be like Catherine and just kind of be boring. But obviously her being from Colorado and me being from Colorado, I've got to root for my girl. And she's actually turning out to be like snarky in like a cute way. I don't really think she's got mean girl in her, but it's not like serious. I don't think she'd be acting that way outside of the house, but I think she's pretty funny. And I also um I guess she's the only one that really I didn't expect Rome to be so like alpha male, like alpha
Mm.
alpha, super like stubborn, can't even hear it. Like I thought he was going to be a little bit more like soft, but no, that he's another one that kind of surprised me too. But I guess I should have known a pickleball coach, like duh.
Oh my gosh, we're in such alignment because I would say Melody as well. Like
Hmm.
I she was giving very much Catherine. And she's giving me like Brittany Haynes in the diary room, but with a little
Hmm.
less charisma.
Yeah.
But I like that. I like how she's playing. Like she's very strategic. She knows when to jump from a ship, except Drew. And I feel like if you let her simmer a little bit more, she's going to cook up some stuff in the game.
Yeah, I like how I actually like, I mean, it didn't play out well, but I like how self-centered she can be. I like the fact that she's an only child. You can definitely see how that plays out in the game. And she is going to do what's best for her game instead of like, being just completely blind to anything that's going on, like Haley, who is just going to follow whatever's going on. Melody is a little bit more of a independent and critical thinker.
Yeah, speaking of Haley, who I call a hybrid of Christmas and Angela from Big Brother 20. Um how do you feel how you feel like she's handling the tables turning on her this week?
I don't think it's going well, but it's to be expected. I think she is another breakout star. Again, I love the villains. We love to hate Haley. We love it. Okay. Like, come on. It's fun to make fun of her because she is so delusional. She has no self-awareness at all. And like, man, she wants to give up. Like the moment things aren't going her way, she immediately is pouting in the corner instead of, you can have that moment. Of course, it sucks being on the block, but being this big bad, you know, baddie that she says she is, I would think that you would want to like, pull yourself out of the dirt, like out of the slumps and like get on it. Let's go. But instead, she's kind of having Chuck again do the work for her. He has been talking to people more than she has, and she's just kind of pouting and just saying making dumb plans to like not use a veto if she wins it. And even though, she didn't, I don't know if it's a spoiler to anybody out there or not, but yeah, she just reminds me of a princess. Like, you know, she really does. Princess Haley.
Yeah, I mean, you hit it on the nail, delusional.
Hmm.
And I always say this, like, if I ever receive the opportunity to play Big Brother, I'm not the type of person that's going to look for a reason to nominate somebody to validate my emotions. Like,
Hmm.
you're going up because you're a threat,
Yeah.
respectfully. Like,
Hmm.
and during her HOH reign, the fact that she even tried to BS Taylor by saying she laughed, I was just like, you could have came up with something better than that, Haley. Like, come on.
Anything. Yeah, especially because there were other people in the room laughing. So that just didn't make any sense.
Who was also in the room for that conversation. Like Angela was sitting right there, and I was just like, Haley, come on, come
She
on.
can't. She can't. She can't. Nobody gave her the reason though. So she needs someone to tell her what to do. She's looking for that. Like she's like athletic and can win competitions and execute on plans, but like she's not the one who should be the HOH in this situation. And that's why it's already backfired on her and she's on the
Hmm.
block.
Exactly. So that being said, like we said, we have Haley, Barrett, and Chuck on the block. Now, if the veto is not used and the nominations stay the same, depending on a blockbuster, out of the three, who do you think is most likely to go home?
If the veto is not used, I
Mhm.
think Haley is definitely going home. But they have been kind of like wavering back and forth today. Actually, Dee has decided that maybe she wants to keep Haley all of a sudden. So I don't know. It's going to be whatever Dee wants to do the day of.
Right. Um, so that means Chuck would go home or
Yeah,
something?
Chuck Barrett's not going, but Dee has made it very clear that it sounds like she would drag Barrett all the way to final two if she could. So I
Okay.
don't know if she's gonna have to if she's thinking she has to get rid of Devins, but there are no plans to get rid of Barrett in her mind.
I mean, shout out to Barrett. That's good. I mean, he's a super fan, so he gets it. I mean, okay, sure. But yeah, Chuck, I wouldn't be mad with Chuck being evicted. I mean, he doesn't really add much to a storyline or anything that's
Yeah.
happened so far,
Hmm.
but I do prefer Haley to go just to keep my Taylor and Lala safe.
Yeah, I want Haley to stay. I want Chuck to go because honestly, I think that Haley could have a redemption arc. I think she
Mm,
really does want and think that she's a girl's girl. She's there. I mean, she was a freaking D1 like what softball player. She's
yes.
been in groups of women and girls. Like that doesn't strike me as someone who doesn't really have those ambitions. She just doesn't have the skill set for some reason. There's something blocking her, but I do believe her when she says she wants to work with the women, and the fact that she didn't put all women up was her way of doing that. So if she got rid of Chuck, I think that that would bring her more to the women, and she'd work even more closely with Dee, Angela. I think she's even getting along better with Taylor and Lala.
Mm,
So yeah, Chuck needs to go to for Haley to possibly have a better chance of, having a better reputation.
yeah. You know what's interesting? I just literally thought of it now. One twist that they probably should have brought back this season based on like the total number of house guests. I wouldn't have been mad if we brought back four coaches for these newbies. Because I
Yeah.
really, to your point, I think that if Haley was coached, she would make better decisions for herself. Since you
Yeah.
said like she was on a team.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
she's definitely a team player. Yeah. But
Interesting.
they're not looking out for her best interests. And like three is an odd number to start with for the
Mm-hmm.
vets and the icons or whatever. That it is just a strange number. They are basically coaches in there.
Right.
So
Right. Hmm. Missed opportunity. Okay.
yeah.
I'm not going to hold you for too much longer, but I do have two more questions for you before we let you go.
Okay.
Number one, if you had to pick a winner based off of today in the Big Brother house, who is going all the way to the end and winning it?
If today was the day, unfortunately for me, I would say that D has it in the bag today. She definitely deserves it. She has the most influence in the house. She flipped that lyric vote real quick. She just like woke up and was like, I want this. And they're like, okay. So, and yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter that she has $1 million already. They're all misted by her. So good for her.
All right. You know what? You're like the third guest that said D, so she's
Yeah.
doing something right.
Yeah, she really is. She's playing her booty off and she never stops. So I respect that because Vanessa was like that as well. Like
Yeah.
I like players who never stop because I feel like I'm kind of the same way in my own personal life. Like I
Mhm.
go all in when I'm into something and it is on my mind until I get through it. So like I respect people like that.
Yes. Okay. And then my final question for you is, if you were on the casting team and you were able to select one icon to play the game this season from any show, who would it be and why?
From any show?
Any reality show.
Oh shoot. I would play with like someone like Kate from Below Deck. She would be like a great shield. She's smart. She would mess stuff up, like, and she'd be fun. Like, I'd pick Kate from Below Deck.
Yeah, you're like the second person that said Kate, and I'm familiar with Kate from like Below Deck, Traders, and House of
Right.
Villains, and she's
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal on all
Yeah.
everything she's on.
Yeah.
I said it was a missed opportunity. I think they should have put Carolyn from Survivor on this season.
Oh, yeah. I would enjoy watching her, actually. I don't
Mhm.
know how that would go, but
Oh,
yeah.
not well, but
Yeah, she would definitely. Yeah. She would be crying a lot. Her and Lala would just be crying and Angela. Oh my God. No, that's too many tears.
I love a good train wreck. So that's
Yeah, me too. Me too.
but thank you so much, Penny Please, for stopping by the podcast.
Yeah.
Before you go, do you mind sharing your social media handles or where everyone can find you?
Yeah, sure. You can find me on Instagram at Pennie Please. That is Penny with an I-E, not a Y. And I'm also on TikTok. Same name under there. And I am constantly on Threads. Like that is my main like source of venting for Big Brother. So if you want to hear my opinions, they're all there on Threads on where under Pennie Please.
Alrighty, thank you so much, and thank you everyone for listening. We'll have another episode out to you on Wednesday evening. And if you are starting your work week tomorrow, I hope you enjoy it, and we will chit chat very soon.